Are we live? You're live. Okay. So, as you can see here, I've got the relays out, but I'm going to show you all something really quick. I've changed out all of my outlets for these new ones that are flat instead of these, which have paint on them and look terrible. This is from when my room was originally... The color is called Glazed Donut. It's a yellowish color. And then it was this blue for the longest time, but I like that blue way better. So I got that back in 2019 along with this maroon, and you can still see some hints of the old color. But yeah, this room's only been painted 3 times. And I replaced a lot of the outlets. That one. And I replaced the switches too. They do work the way that they're supposed to. There's my meter because I was having trouble wiring these 3-way switches. So anyway, back into my room. This is what I've got for my light switch. Gives a bit of contrast. And yeah, just need to get some matching screws. And these are from when I had the stopper cover up on, which is a pull station cover, because I actually used to have a pull station for my light switch. Of course, it didn't come with the house like that. That was something we did when I was around 7 years old, or actually 8 years old. BG12, and then the last one I had was the ADT pull station. And then I decided, okay, enough with this. I'm just gonna go back to the regular light switch because, I mean, while it does stay on all the time, it is kind of annoying, especially if you lose the key. So, anyway, let's get light. After we plug it in, I haven't plugged much back in ever since I've changed my receptacles out. Okay, so I have gotten a few more parts in, so hopefully today we can just worry about getting stuff put where it needs to go. So, of course, you saw these. Now, what happened was, originally I was feeding the 24 volts into the switches, and I was having jumpers at one leg of the switch, so that each switch had 24 volts going to it. Well, whenever I would close that, it worked just fine, but I accidentally shorted my power supply, which I now have mounted here. I accidentally shorted that, and it sent like a shunt. It kind of like shunted this, so like this relay like first clicked and latched like it was supposed to, but the transistor started smoking, and it actually went incandescent. And then it happened again with relay 4. Same thing, transistor ignited, but relay 8 was actually explosive. This one, it actually caught fire, and it was it was shooting a flame out. Not a very big one, but big enough. And oh yeah, I also got a sync module. That's new, just so we can be sure. And this one is non-addressable. There's no barcode on it. The way that these work is when you're doing the programming, you need to get the number under the barcode. And with Edwards, you're writing lines of code to actually program it. So it's a real pain from what I've heard from one of my foremen. And this, I'm not sure what this is for, but it's pretty sticky. Interesting. This is just a piece of aluminum that this clips onto. I guess you could, it's real easy to drill a hole through this and just mount it to something, but you have to use a standoff if you're going to do that. Anyway, let's put the module stuff off to the side, and even the box, you can write the panel, loop an address on it. Pretty cool. Overkill, but it's cool. And it's not even Edwards, this is Kitty. Because Kitty actually bought Edwards. They bought them out. And comes with the screws and stuff too. All helpful. All very, very helpful. So, let's go ahead and open up the new stuff. So I got this in the mail. And if you want to try and get my address, nice try. So okay. I'll go over everything once I have it all laid out. Some of this stuff I can't even tell what it is. So, anyway, this is these are self-locking relays, and these can actually these actually have the capability of using an external switch. It actually has a port for that. So that however in the world you get these open without using tools. I guess I'll use these things. I hate using these. I spent way too much on those, but whatever. Oh, and it even comes with the cable. So yeah, this is a self-locking relay. It comes with a, it's got a test switch on it, a test button, or you can externally trigger it. So that is very nice. And it's got this little programmable chip in it. So obviously that's got some protocols. So we do not want to mess with that. We do not want to short that. We don't want to do anything that we don't need to do. So, and these wires, they look very, very thin. This is probably 24 gauge wire. 26 gauge. I should have gone with my first instinct. Say that it was 26. But yeah, this plugs into here, and whenever, you don't even need a button. If you just short these wires, this will click. You short it again, it unclicks. So that's how this works, and the test button, same thing. So I can use that for some alert messages and whatnot. And here we've got more of the self-locking relays. We already saw these, so yeah, I've got 4 of these. And then in here we have bare relays. So what we're doing with these is, you know, since we're going to be activating these with, it's not going to be 24 volts, we're going to activate them with 12 volts. We're going to power everything with 12 volts because that's what the amp runs on. It won't run on anything else. So I got 12 volt relays right here. And I open this up. Figure out how this opens. I must have vacuumed this or something. It's geez. I don't know who did this or why. But there we go. We got it. Now I'm just going to rip this and try. There we go. See, why make things harder if they don't have to be? So that right there is 25 relays. That will be more than enough for our project. So I'm going to set those there. And then we have a breadboard kit. Now, it's probably not orthodox to use this in a running circuit, but I really don't care. So it comes with 2 medium-size or medium-length breadboards and then 2 long breadboards. And of course, you can, you know, clip these together like that. You could also unclip them. And same with these on the edge. You see they got that kind of give to them. You can take those off if you want. And you can actually see it on, I mean, really any of these. You can see if you look at it from the end. And then all the jumpers that you could ever possibly need. So actually, don't put those there. I've learned not to put stuff there because I will lose it. I will forget about where I put it. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get started again. So, little control screwdriver is still in here. I did put the cutters back, but I do have another set. It's not going to be those because I hate those. But yeah, so anyway, I've already got a breadboard in here just to you know, see how I like it. And I've still got these down here. I'm going to be keeping those because, you know, having to make more of those is just a pain. So set this up right about here. Okay. And so I have this down. After I adjust it, crap. Doesn't want to stay, does it? So, there. Now, the only downside to this is since these relays have a little pin in the middle, they will not fit on the breadboard. You have to put it so that middle pin is going into that middle channel. And that is annoying because now that means I have to solder wires onto every single one of them. So, yeah. Not very happy about that. But, and take this one out of here because this is a 5-volt relay and the common terminal has also since broken off. So, throw that away and hit my guitar. So I'm just going to start setting these in here. Try and put them as close together as possible because I've calculated this, and unfortunately you can only put 7 of them on the breadboard like this. So, oops. I mean, it might look like I could get an 8, but there's just no way. Unless I seriously miscalculated. Are you serious? I don't believe it. Huh. I was able to get 8 relays on this board. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so that changes everything. Well, not everything, but you know what I mean. That is going to help me tremendously because I do want to still use 8 functions, you know, of the MP3 player right here, which is what I'm building this around. And for those who have not seen any of the other videos, perfect, don't watch them because I did it wrong and the stuff blew up like I was saying a little bit ago. So this is the way that you need to do it with bare relays. The only reason you use a relay board is if you're driving it with a microcontroller such as an Arduino or Raspberry Pi. I am not that advanced. Okay, I'm gonna do everything on relay logic. So anyway, we need to find which side is the normally open and go from there. And once we figure it out, it'll be hopefully it will just be smooth sailing. So take a battery, and when we see sparks, and I'm not seeing any thus far. Oh. What in the world? Okay, so apparently these are the coil. Okay. Weird. Thankfully, I already have my multimeter just sitting in the hallway, so I'm gonna go get that. And we're just going to check for continuity. We're going to see which ones are closed. So right here, it beeps whenever it's detecting a short. So this coil might read as a short. It's reading 401 ohms. So a coil is just a bunch of wires that are wrapped around each other. Insulated, of course. That's how a transformer works. But in this case, it's not being used as a transformer. It's being used as a magnet. It's an electromagnet. So whenever you energize it, a magnetic field is created and can pull things toward it, and that's how a relay works. It pulls the contact. So magnet energized, magnet de-energized. That's how that works. So yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna read across the common those are shorted, these are not. So that means that this terminal and this terminal are the ones that we need to focus on. And yeah, and then we'll also need to take this to one side of the coil. Now it doesn't matter, these are not polarized. Polarity does not matter when it comes to these relays. Most relays, I would say, polarity does not matter. Unless you're dealing with a board, then it absolutely does. So, like I said, these two, the center, and like if you're looking at it this way, the one that is right underneath the Q, if you can even see that, the one under that dot, perfect. That is the one that we're gonna focus on. So, with that said, we need to solder wires onto each one. So let's go ahead and turn on the soldering station. Switch in the back somewhere, maybe. Or do I just, oh, I have to pull the stop switch. There we go. The soldering iron heats up very, very quickly. It's already at, it's going up exponentially now. It's already at 250 degrees. Just from the time I pulled the stop switch, it heats up very fast, very quickly. But not as fast as the solder gun that I used to have. Which, I mean, that thing was good, but it went through bits like crazy. And I was constantly having to make new ones out of copper wire. So, yeah, and I can definitely smell this thing. Hasn't been run in a while. It smells like, you know, one of those steam trains that you play with. So, anyway, unravel this. Get out here. Untangle all of these, and right there. All right, so we got our soldering iron, and you gotta be careful when pulling these relays out because you can stick yourself. These do have kind of tapered edges, so it can be very easy to stick yourself and draw blood. And that's not what we want to do. We want to draw current. So, not really sure what I want to use for attaching to the ends of those terminals. But we can go ahead and dab some solder onto that common. This is the only terminal that we really need to dab anything onto. And if I can find some solder. I didn't plan this very well, but I'm gonna put this away just so I don't accidentally like send my elbow straight into the tip of the soldering iron. Solder, 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 solder. Where is the solder? Nope. Okay. I do not know where my solder is. That's very unfortunate, because if I don't have that, we're not going to be able to do anything here. Well, that's kind of annoying. Stand up, move stuff around. Whoops, there go the relays. They go boom, and I go "Arr!" So, yeah. I just sent more relays flying. I do not want to step on one that's facing up. That would not be fun. Son of a goose. I cannot find it. Start searching through my drawers. What is this? What is that? It just looks like copper clad. That's not solder. This is embarrassing. I mean, could I have, thrown it in my boxes with my other stuff? Absolutely. I absolutely could have. But, I need to go through this bag. It's got random stuff in it. I'm seeing the fire alarm key, alarm resistors. There's Wagyus in here. Everything but what I need. Crap. Well, guess we'll turn the iron off, and what we'll do instead is we'll just worry about wiring the relays up. So we're gonna need to take these out of here. And perfect, the zip tie didn't even break. That means I can use it again if I need to, which I definitely will. So, get some wires, jumpers, whatnot. So, what have y'all been thinking about my videos. I put out a guitar cover, my first ever guitar cover. It's not doing very well, and I'm kind of disappointed, but I mean, it's from a kind of an unknown artist, so I can forgive it. So if I just stick that in there, there's some of it sticking out, so I might have to cut these down a little bit. So I'm going to use green as the wire that goes to the common. So I'm gonna need 8 of these. I've got 4 of them, and that's all the greens that were in that pile. Now I need to get some out of here, and not that one. Alright, then I just need 2 more. So I've got those. Actually, I just need 1 more. Alright, we got those. So the common, now I really need to think this through because I'm not used to doing stuff this way. But I will need to have this come to this, and then the return from each of these goes into the coil. So, with that said, I'm just going to kind of push these in, but not right there. I'm going to do the one next to it, just so I can get them in here and start to lay everything out. Oops. That one came down. So I guess that means if you've got too much lead exposed, you can just push down on these and it'll cover the rest of it up. So that there, and then that there. And, aha. So then I just need to bring some wires from these, which I'm going to, for this, I'm going to use red because that's the color I have going into it. And let's get all the really long reds. These ones are different sizes. This is a really long one. So get those separated. And are there not any short red ones? Well, in that case, well, some of them do need to reach pretty far, so that's fine then. That's fine in that case. So for this, like if I plug this here, it could still reach. So if I just stick that there. I mean, it probably would make a fine connection, but I want to have the best connection possible. So I want to take this off, if I can, or find one that allows me to take that off. Which none of them seem to be giving. They do not have any give on them, so we're kind of screwed, but it's okay. We're screwed, but we're okay for now. So just go ahead and plug that into there. And actually, that's relay 1. I want it to go there, and then I need to put another wire in with this one, which I'm just going to do with a do I have any short red jumpers, or did I throw them all away? I should have some. Yellow. That's what we're going to do it with. Just into the positive there. And we take either of these off. Nope. Got a real short yellow one. So I'm going to shove that in there and then try to shove this in with it. I don't think the jacket's going to allow for that though. It's not. So what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to either try and force this off or cut it off, or have to cut the wire and restrip it, re-terminate it. So it does not want to seem to play. So yeah, I just ripped it off. The wires are quite brittle, which is unfortunate. Makes it real easy to rip the hell out of it. But with this, I can just take my nail and do that. It's soft enough that I can do that. And then we just, the same thing with this one. But this time, that came off pretty nicely. So let's go ahead and we're gonna tie these together. The red and the yellow. And then we're going to shove them in there. And that's not coming out. Thank God. So now we land that one there, and then this one, oh, it's gonna be a stretch. Go there. I really don't know if I like that. Nah, I don't think so. I don't freaking think so. So I'm also thinking I should just mount the terminals here. So go and maybe I don't know. I do not know. So with that, guess just land that there. And that's going to have to be good enough for now. Now we're going to take another one of the super long ones. And we are just going to stick it here. I'm not really worried about this one pulling out because, first of all, the jacket is actually under this jumper, so it's keeping it in there pretty good, and it's a solid core tip. It's a solid tip, so not really much to worry about. But you can see now there's a lot of give, so I'm gonna have to go to a shorter wire, which makes no sense. Crap. Son of a goose. I should have used this for relay 1. Oh. Good golly, Miss Molly. Or, geez, this might have even worked. Yeah, it would have. So, let's just... stick it in there good. And then we're going to put that with it because this jacket is really going to squish it down and keep a good connection. And you can see that's not coming out. So that's one thing I really like about these connectors. I really do like them a lot. I've been using them for some time now. I don't know if I used any on the Westinghouse indicator. Probably not. So... anyway... that's not going anywhere, so that's, whoops, that's the one that I should not have cut. And now that is too short. Get all these red ones together and see exactly what the lengths are. Okay, this one is the one that we need. Good. It's not coming out. And stab it into there. And then we can get a one of moderate length. Stick it there. And no, that's not going to reach. Let's try this one. And you have to put those in straight on the breadboard, otherwise bad things can happen if you put it in there all cockeyed. And this needs to go in. There. There. bend these over so they stay out of my way. Of course, I didn't have to put those in. That was just to, you know, kind of plan everything out. So, I also landed this one on the wrong terminal. There we go. This is exactly where I want to have this. Don't really want to move it. So let's get another wire, measure it out. Let's get all of our different lengths of wire. Run a red wire. Okay, so we're only left with the short ones and the really long ones. And this one was already kind of short. So we need to go about this in a critical manner. So if I plug this into here, this will reach, because the spacing up here is greater than that here. It looks like it's the same, but it's good enough that doesn't really leave a whole lot of room for debate, if that's even what you could call it. So if that's what you could even call it. But yeah, I will have to, you know, secure these. That's not going to be fun. Man. Get in there. And I do not advise cutting the ends off, because if you need to replace them and want to use them later, you can still use them later. So that's the last one? Really? Crap. Well, it's the last really short one that I have. Look at the comments. Okay, no new comments coming in. All right. So, anyway, it looks like a mess. It does look like a mess. But, yeah. Whoop. Okay, good. As long as I didn't break that. I do not want to break the end of a wire off in the breadboard. That would be bad. And, you know what? I landed these all wrong, but it's okay. So, yeah. Because, I mean, it comes out of the switch anyway. So, like, it only needs to go from, to make it a latching relay, these two terminals need to be connected. And then this is where your positive and negative goes to make it click. And then, you know, of course, I mean, it's going to stay the whole time you give it power. But you want it so that you can press a button, the relay clicks, and it doesn't click back when you release the button. It stays latched. And how you do that is you also put a jumper from your normally open to your coil so that it latches the relay. But in this case, we're going to do it from common to, we're going to feed it into normally open, and then we're going to do common to the coil. Since, you know, that's where it's close to. So, that makes sense. If that makes sense. And, basically, these will just kind of be here. They'll go from common so we take a look at this. So we said that the ones that we need to worry about are this terminal, the middle one, and this one, the one that's under the dot in the corner. Thankfully, to connect your normally open to this, we can just put a jumper. And we're going to do that with a short orange wire, which I have quite a few of. So, doing fire alarm is a lot different. You don't have to worry about any relay logic. The panel handles all of that because it's the controller. So, that there. And just verify that this is where they're supposed to go. It is. So we're good there. this is on the wrong terminal. I just need to move it down one there. And same with all of these, really. Wow. That's why they say to watch your point. Don't let it get to your head, because that's just dangerous to let stuff get to your head. Think that you're invincible, you can do anything. So yeah, just putting these in here. And if you think this looks messy or complicated, believe me, it's complicated for me. All right. Like this is complex even for me, which is why I almost gave up on this project. I was like, no, I spent all this money. I don't want to just have this crap laying around in an empty panel. I was like, no, I can do this. I can do this. All right, we've got all of our jumpers from normally open to coil. And then what we need to do is go from the coil, the other side of the coil, to negative. Okay? If any of you say that it's the ground, I will slap you. So right. And we're going to try and tuck all the red wires underneath the negative wires, just to get a cleaner look, that everything is, like, you know, kind of underneath this. Okay. Now, I probably should have done the relays, soldered the wires to them before I did all this. But it's okay, because thankfully I can just pop them right out and do it, or I could just do it on the other relays that I have, since I have more than just the 8 that you see here, and then just swap them out for those very quickly. And there's that. And then I guess let's clean all this up, take all those out. Now, since we had to make these into latching relays, I can't use these to control these, because the only way that these are supposed to activate is if you short between any of these 9 terminals, if you short any of these to this pin right here. You're not supposed to use voltage to do that. You're just supposed to use a closed circuit to control it. You're not supposed to use any voltage. You're not supposed to use any external voltage, otherwise you'll probably blow it up. And I've already blown up enough doing this, which is why I am doing this now. But, yeah. Got 2 likes on the stream. Thank you, guys. That's in there. Thankfully, I was able to reuse this. So, anyway, I'm going to show y'all what I have going on over here. So this is new. I'm still using the same system sensor transformer. I've actually got it pretty snug in here. It's not coming out, not very easily. And then I've got a converter that steps it down to 12 volts. And I had to drill holes so I could screw it to the panel. And there are, screw heads on the outside of the panel, but that's okay. And with the 12 volts, it feeds this. The only thing that I'm going to use the 24 volts for is for driving, an alarm circuit. That's all I'm going to use it for, is for a NAC, which is going to be controlled by these 2 terminals here, since this actually has the capability of a light. So you can see this is where you power it, this is the speaker output, and this is a light output. Unlike the one that Aaron Productions showcased in his videos, this one actually has a light, which is awesome for me. So now though, what I need to do is I need to set up another set of relays. And I need the output, which is going to be the normally open, to go and activate these relays. So what I'm going to do is before I stick the breadboard on, I'm going to set everything up, but I'm not going to do that this stream because obviously I need to solder wires onto the common terminals, and I do not have that capability right now. And I don't want to do that and then have to finagle with all of this, make sure I don't rip anything out. I mean, it's easy enough to fix if I do, because I know what I'm doing, but I mean, you know, figuring it out was the toughest part of this whole thing. So, yeah. But regardless, it will get done. So, yeah. And there are 9 switches on this. So, I can put any 9 voice files on this. I could have it play Never Gonna Give You Up whenever you short between 1 and the Opcom. I could have it do whatever, but I'm gonna do voice messages. And you know, maybe for tornado warning I could do you know, the old Tom National Weather Service voice. So I think that's going to be about it. But let me think first, because I do also have these self-locking relays, and you know, I mean, and these are very simple. I could just, you know, have this go to, I could have the common go to the common on here, and then normally open go to switch 1, and then I short between these 2 wires, whether it be with a button or whatnot, and then it'll keep playing that message until the relay is unclicked. So, yeah. But it's gonna get done one way or another. I just still need to think about this a lot more, a lot more. And I will go ahead and run this over to here. Whoops. And then get a really long negative, if there even is one in here. It does not look like it. So we might have to do red and blue. So no one will know unless they watch this and hear me say that. So anyways, those go together. And yeah, so I have to use isolation. I can't just have a relay that I've converted into a latching relay go into this, because it'll probably blow it up. And now y'all probably understand why hydraulic elevators have so many relays. It's because of the isolation. You know, different things run at different voltages. So, obviously I need to go and find some solder, and I'll probably solder off camera, just because, you know, it does get old, especially if it starts to not work as well. But yeah, I mean, I'll keep looking. A latching button would make the latching relay totally useless. No solder anywhere. I just don't see it. I don't see it anywhere. What is this? Well, let me see if it is on my shelf for whatever reason that I might have put it there. Oh, I almost knocked my drawers over. That would be bad. Ugh. Let's take a look at this crap. Oh, sure enough. I found it instantly. Sweet. So, let's go ahead and turn that back on. And while we're waiting for it to warm up, let's just get all of these lined up. And we're actually going, we'll actually close this just so we have a nice surface to work on. So, yeah. Now the wire that I want to use for this, of course, is the green wires. And the soldering iron is all warmed up. There you are. So we count this. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yes. We've got 8. And then if I have any other, these are a bit longer. So on the isolated pairs, the ones that I'm not going to be making into latching relays, I'll use a different color wire for the commons. So let's go ahead and I guess we'll kind of just, of course, see if I can pull those off. And this one did just come off, but not in the way that I wanted it to. But it's okay, I can still work with this. So this is fine. I can probably pull the rest of the jacket off with my nail. Yeah, perfect, perfect. And wrap this wire around that, just like that. And let's go ahead, get our solder. I need to take the cap off because it fell through the hole, so I have to re-loop it. So get this. And then you need to tin the tip of your iron, and I really should be using a fan just so the fumes don't go in my face. But I don't know if I have anything of the sort nearby. So I'm gonna have to improvise a little bit. I mean, I've got the ceiling fan going, but that's really not going to do any good. Yeah, I didn't plan this very well at all. There's a reason I'm not an APS. There's a very good reason that I'm not an alarm planning superintendent. I guess hell with it. Let's keep going. Put that against the edge so it doesn't run around on me. Got that one. Next. That one came straight off and even left the end on there. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna bend this. We're gonna loop it. Kind of back into itself. And I don't have any of my small hand tools with me. The closest thing that I have is going to be these things. These pieces of crap. And these aren't even that good because I tried to cut like fish tape or something and I don't know what that's made of, but it tore these things up. The only ones that you can actually cut fish tape with are Kleins, from my experience. And tinning the tip of the iron will help get the ball rolling on the the soldering. It'll make your solder melt onto your connection even faster. That's firm. That's real firm. All right, and pull on the ends. They're not budging. That one budged, but there. What? Is it raining? No. What is that noise then? What is going on here? I guess it's just really windy. What the hell? The wind has never made a sound like that. Okay. Got that on there. All right. Just touch some onto. We just tin the wires so that it gives it a little bit more rigidity. Okay, seriously, but that sound. What in the world is going on here? I'm gonna open the blinds. There's a couple drops on my window. This is so confusing. Now, where did the relays go? Uh-huh. There they are. I just sent a battery to the floor. Alright, that one's good. We got 4 of them done. I thought there was a fly in my room. It's just a bag being moved around from my fan being on. Thank God. I cannot stand it when I have flies in my freaking room. And while I'm here, I might as well put my extra solder on that terminal. Pull on this. There we go. one's good. This one came off. Didn't leave me a whole lot. So, yeah, pull, just twist that together. Yikes. Okay. Let me clean this off really quick. You can kind of throw it like that, just kind of shake it. All the excess that you don't need will come off. I really recommend doing this with a fan blowing away so it sucks all the smoke away from you, because this smoke is something you really don't want to breathe. That side gave way, and then just stripped that with my nail. I love that I can do that. Oh, hello, Anti-Quark. Sorry I haven't been looking at comments. I'm really trying to focus on this. And happy birthday to Paul. Didn't even think he would come on. So that's 8 relays that we have just done. Yeah, sorry about that. Maybe we can get some music going. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 5:45 p.m.
Let's go ahead. Panel. Alexa, notifications.
One new notification. From Amazon Shopping. A shipment has arrived, including SPST relay.
Okay, so we're going to very carefully take these relays out and replace them with the ones that we've just soldered the wires onto. out. Swap it out with this one. And oh, I could just land it right here because normally open is already jumpered to that. So like both sides are receiving power. But it's like, oh, what do I do? You stay open, that's what you do. Please, little wire, do not break. I need to move these. Supposed to go around it. Oh no, the wire broke off. Crap. I'm gonna have to resolder that one now. Awesome. Oh, and do not break off. Okay. As long as it's not gonna break off. And people need to stop texting me. So yeah, I'm gonna have to resolder this one. Just pull that off so I can prep it. But yeah, it needs to be like perfectly straight coming off of, because you need it to fit in this channel. Otherwise, it'll just put tension on it and then the freaking wire is gonna break and you're gonna have to resolder it again. And I think this kit only came with 8 green wires, so we're kind of screwed there. But I can probably find a green wire somewhere. And then switch this out. Definitely helps to do this step first and not like I did and jump ahead. That's something my foreman gets on to me for doing. Jumping ahead, not thinking it through. Leave me alone. See what's going on. That sound is coming from my iPad. I might put this on Do Not Disturb. Okay. All right. This one's going to be a bit of a challenge. There. Get in there. That's a soldering iron telling me that it's going to sleep. Oh, look at that. I found another short green wire. But let me get this back. Oh wait, I don't even need to do that. Stupid. Take this one out too while we're at it. Now there. And last one. All right. Turn the soldering iron off. And of course, you guessed it, we're gonna test it. heard something. So, anyway, let's get a jumper wire and whoa, how am I gonna do this actually? Set it in there like that, and then just use jumper to what the crap? Oh, I didn't connect a common. I didn't connect a common. Jeez. Okay, that's a very easy fix. Yeah, we just need to get a black wire. Connect it to that. Now we should be good. So let's try this again with whoop. What did I do? Actually, we'll use the original jumper that I made for this purpose. Crap. It's not working. Not with that one anyway. Shoot. Okay. So these are connected to negative. Oh, I see what I'm doing. I'm essentially creating a short circuit. I'm shorting my power supply doing it this way. Ding dong. Frickin' ding dong. What am I doing? Okay, so let me try this again. Okay, maybe move that there. That may do it. No, that's just creating a short. What is going on here? So this is connected to positive, and then these go to the relays. What the fridge? Okay, so We're not really getting anywhere with this. One thing's for certain, I do not need this yellow wire in here at all. I only needed that for this terminal. So this is the other side of the switch. I mean, I would think this needs to go to here. Yeah. But it's just creating a short. So this is connected to positive, provides that to all these, and then when it completes that, it goes to this, but it's not even strong enough to turn the relay on. Are these relays even any good then? What the crap? Oh, I'm an idiot. I've got these negatives landed on the wrong deals. And that's why it was creating a short. It's because it was going between common and normally closed. Moron. Oh, that just broke. That terminal just broke. Oh, man. Let me get another one. Okay. All right. And of course, no. There we go. Now let's try it. The relays should stay. Let alone work, which it's still not doing. It's not even doing that. It's not even working. Crap. All right, time to get the meter and see if I'm even getting voltage. $1 volt? What the hell? That's garbage. That's 1/10 of what it should be. Well, what about this? Whoops. So right now I'm troubleshooting this because it's not supposed to do this. Do I have a bad converter? Let's read the voltage going in. And it should be 24 volts. it's showing 1 volt. What the crap? I've got the wires in here. It's showing 0. It's showing freaking 0. That is also showing 0. Okay, so this thing might be bad. It's warm. It's warm, so it shouldn't be bad. But go in here, you can see my meter is showing 0. 0 load. But if I take it off, it's reading microvolts in the air, which makes no sense. I smell something, so that's probably not a good sign. This transformer is getting very hot. There must be a short somewhere. Well, let's disconnect this. Or actually, just take these wires off the breadboard and hang them up so they're not touching anything ugly. So let's stick these back in here. Now you don't want to stay. Come on. Stop doing that. It's still showing 0. Yeah, this transformer is done for. It's getting extremely hot. So, yeah, I think this is the problem. It must have happened from me shorting it. And it's wedged in there pretty good. So I need to open these up, take these wires out. Yeah, this thing needs to go. Man, this thing is toasty. Low battery warning. So, I don't know if it's a problem with this or if it's a problem with my converter. So, I mean, let's stick the wires back in here. And we're going to read for a voltage off the transformer. Shut up. I'm still using this. So, AC, we want DC. Okay, so the transformer is good. It's reading 28 volts. I think the converter has a short in it. So, the way we look for a short, we put it on continuity, like we were doing earlier. And we're going to put this across. I'm going to go ahead and take that out. We're going to put this across the 24 volts, and yep, that's the problem. It's the converter. It is dead shorted. Something in there has catastrophically failed. So I need to get an RMA for this. I just need to send it back and get a new one, because what the crap. I did all that work and I'm just like, thankfully it's not my wire. Well, we don't know that yet, that it's not my wiring. But at least now we know our transformer is not bad. So thankfully we can still use it. So let me put this through that. How does this go on? No, I had it the right way. All right. So this is not the problem. The problem is this stupid converter that has a short in it. So we need to take that out ASAP. I can't even return this anyway because I've modified it so that wouldn't have to put the screws through. I opened the loops where the screws go just so it would make it easier for me to work on this. So let me turn this off. So yeah, the converter is totally shorted. It's got a short in it, so there's really no good that's going to come from it, given that. So that's unfortunate, but hey, we figured it out. I'm just having trouble getting the having trouble getting this to stay up. But 3 likes on the stream. I really appreciate it. So anyways, I'm going to fight with this off camera. I'm definitely not going to buy this again. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. I am going to go eat. And I will talk to y'all real soon.